I am beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Game number 215, Banjo-Kazooie. Released in 1998, this game was developed by Rare and published by Nintendo. Really? Another big ticket game already? Well, I'll be. The randomizer can calm down a bit. We've got to save some of these games for later. But yeah, I'll definitely take this. I've never actually played Banjo-Kazooie before, but I love platformers and I love collectathons, so I think I'll feel right at home here. One of my roommates in college was super into this game, and I remember him playing through both this and Tooie. But yeah, Rare were doing great things on the N64 back then, so I'm excited for this one. Let's get into it. The game opens with a cutscene to set the story. We see a castle shrouded in green mist or something like that. The castle looks like a witch. We then see a witch inside huddling over a cauldron. She's wondering who the prettiest person in the world is, and the cauldron says, "Why, it's you, Grunty." Oh, guess that's her name. But then the cauldron goes rogue and says, "Actually, there's this girl named Tootie who's even prettier than you." Grunty loses her mind and can't handle the truth. She's had about enough of the sass and is going to put a stop to this nonsense. Tootie then runs down to her house and says she's going to go on an adventure with her big brother whenever he wakes up. Grunty then flies over to kidnap Tootie. Oh no, I think she plans to steal her looks for herself. Finally, Banjo wakes up, but he's too late. Tootie is gone. Our adventure begins. I was greeted by Bottles, the short-sighted mole. We introduced ourselves as Banjo, and this is also our bird friend Kazooie. He informs us how Grunty flew by and stole Tootie, then mentions he can teach us how things work around here to help us rescue her. Bottles is here trying to teach me the camera controls, and Kazooie is just being plain rude. Dang, she's got some serious sass to her. Now we're learning the combat moves. Banjo can swipe his claws when he's standing still or moving slowly. If he's moving fast and I press B, then he'll do a roll attack. And finally, if I jump and press B, Kazooie will do the rat-a-tat attack. That one's really strong. After killing all these tutorial enemies, I received an extra honeycomb piece. If I collect 6 of these, my max health increases. Another attack is the beak barge. Holding Z and then pressing B does it. This will not get used much, I think. Banjo can also swim. He gains an air meter when underwater. Kazooie flaps her wings to make him go quite fast. Of course, there's a jump button. I mean, it's a platformer after all. Pressing jump in midair, though, causes Kazooie to flap her wings, essentially giving a double jump. Oh, and those trophy things are 1-ups. There were 6 of those honeycomb pieces here in all, and that was enough to give +1 max health. Nice. Well, we're all done here in Spiral Mountain. Time to enter Grunty's lair. We get a brief cutscene of Grunty and Tootie being in 2 cells of a machine. Klungo, her assistant, is here to help drain the youth out of Tootie and put it into Grunty. Also, I love how Grunty speaks in rhymes literally anytime she says something. The dialogue in this game is actually quite good. Right away in the lair, I found a Jiggy on top of some platforms. We'll be getting lots of these. They are very important for unlocking more levels. Grunty's lair is like the overworld area. It's quite big, and you move through it to access the actual levels. Kind of like Peach's castle in Mario 64, but this one's more interesting, I think. In the lair, there are pictures framed on the wall. Using the jiggies here fills in the missing pieces, which allows me to open up new levels. This first one is Mumbo's Mountain. So there's a lot more to do here than there was in the tutorial area, as one would hope. There are notes scattered around the level, 100 in total. Definitely want to collect them all. There are also 5 different colored Jinjos in each level. Gruntilda took them as prisoners, so I need to save them. Bottles can still be found in each level. Instead of telling me how the game works, he actually teaches me new moves to learn for the rest of the game. Pretty cool. This first one is the Beak Buster. Jump and press Z to have Kazooie slam her beak into the ground. After rudely destroying all these huts, I got my first Jiggy of the level. Each one has 10 in total. And here's my first Mumbo token. They'll get used for magic in a bit. Ekum bokum. Upon reaching 50 total notes, Bottles informed me that I'd earned enough to open the first note door in Grunty's castle. Whatever that means. The second ability Bottles gave me is amazing, the Talon Trot. Kazooie puts Banjo on her back and takes control. This lets me walk up steep slopes. More importantly, it's significantly faster than running as Banjo. It's so good they gave this to you early. Just so nice for moving around. We're kinda cruising through this first level. I already found the 5th Jinjo, which rewards another Jiggy. Here's Mumbo. His hut will be located somewhere in some of the levels. He wants a set amount of Mumbo tokens to use his magic to transform Banjo. Don't have enough? Too bad, gotta pay up. Hey look, Conga is up in that tree throwing oranges. He really doesn't want me touching his blocks. Unlucky for him, I'm going to continue to do it anyway. Hitting all 3 with an orange gives a Jiggy. The honeycomb pieces are in the regular levels too. Only 2 in each instead of a full 6 though. Okay, here's this game's biggest sin. I warped out of the level and Bottles says Grunty's magic prevents me from keeping the notes I collected. However, 91 is recorded as my best score. If I go back into the level, they're all uncollected again. Sure, it kept as a permanent total count, but if you want 100% the game, you have to do it all in one go in each level. They fixed this in the rare replay version that came out on the Xbox, but well, this is the original. At least I can open this 50-note door like Bottles mentioned earlier. These are how you unlock more of Grunty's lair. This here is Brentilda, Grunty's nicer sister. She says it's about time she got her butt kicked, so she's gonna help me out. Anytime I run into her here, she'll tell me 3 facts about Gruntilda, like how she brushes her rotten teeth with salted slug-flavored toothpaste. Why would I need to know any of this? You're weird. And here's the second picture frame. Unlocking the entrance to level 2, Treasure Trove Cove. May as well head into level 2. This here is Cap'n Blubber. He lost his treasure when his ship crashed and he can't get it because he's too scared to swim. Okay, we'll get it for you then. Bottles teaches us something amazing here, allowing Kazooie to fly. She will glide and descend ever so slowly. I can expend one of the red feathers to fly upward, essentially allowing me to stay airborne as long as I have some. Flying into this menacing looking treasure chest gives the first Jiggy of the level. I didn't fully complete level 1 on that first go, and there's a good reason for that. I'm a noob. Doing a ground pound on this X starts a big treasure hunt where arrows point me toward the next hint. I don't know if you can tell, but this level's drastically bigger than the last one, and they'll just keep getting bigger and bigger as we go on. There's the second X, and that's X number 3. That's the 4th X. How many we gonna do? After hitting the 5th X, the treasure chest taunted me and just showed a question mark. That's not very nice. Luckily, it was just down below on a small island. The chest begs for mercy and wants me to open it gently. No way, buddy. Speak to the lock for you. That's another Jiggy down. This here is Nipper. He claims we'll find nothing without his help. Kazooie calls him Crustacean Brain, so now he wants to fight. I think she's causing a lot of our problems in this game. I guess this is the first boss of the game? You just have to use the rat-a-tat on his eyes to damage him. After 3 hits, he retreats inside his shell, and I can go inside now too. He's nowhere to be found in here though, although I did get this Jiggy. I ground pounded a panel on Blubber's ship, allowing me to go inside. This thing is straight up flooded, but I did find one piece of his treasure down here. So as I get this honeycomb piece, we're introduced to Snacker. Anytime you're brave enough to venture out into the water in this place, Snacker is lurking. Watch out, he's hungry. Luckily, the level designers placed these beehives scattered throughout the levels. They drop 3 honeycombs each. Dude, that honeycomb cereal is actually so good. I miss eating that stuff. So here's the first Grunty switch I encountered. These will make something happen in Grunty's lair. In this case, a Jiggy getting blasted out of a cannon. Blubber's second treasure was in a hole on the side of the ship. He's so happy he's going to go on a big shopping spree right away. Thanks for the Jiggy, dude. The second ability Bottles teaches me is the shock jump. Now, it looks a bit weird having these panels around the game, but if I run into one, Kazooie can do a big old bounce off it. Oh look, that's 98 notes in this level. Only 2 more for a full 100. They did a good job keeping track of your collectibles. You can check in the pause menu at any time to see which you're missing from each level. What the heck is this flying jank? Get it out of here. And there it is. 100 notes inside this flooded sandcastle. Now I don't have to worry about leaving the level. There's Jinjo number 5 right under the starting platform. Hey, what the heck, man? Why'd you leave the Jiggy down there with Snackers? He's so scary. I couldn't do the 10th Jiggy in that level because I missed a Bottles ability in level 1. Hey, there's that Jiggy that launched from the cannon. We're really collecting lots of stuff here, huh? Let's see what's inside this big pipe. Ah, The inside of the pipe, of course. But really, this is the location of the first magic cauldron. If I locate two of them that are the same color within Grunty's lair, I can warp around. I don't think I got much use out of these though. Not cause they're bad, but I just get lost a lot in games. This portrait here opens our third level, Clanker's Cavern. Oh man, it's getting real now. And hey, this is the second magic cauldron. The last one was red and this is purple, so no warping just yet. For now though, I decided to go back to Mumbo's mountain to finish that one out. We have more than enough Mumbo tokens this time around. Let's see what this guy can do. Did he turn me into a termite? And where did Kazooie go? Did we like fuse together? Usually the transformation is required to achieve something in the level. In this instance, we can't climb these slopes in this lair unless we're a termite. All the other termites in here are bullying me and say they want my shorts. How do they even know what shorts are? How would a termite wear shorts anyway? The only way to change back is to either return to Mumbo or leave the stage. His magic doesn't reach far enough to carry into Grunty's lair. The token cost is a one-time thing. I don't have to pay him 5 each time I use it. Here's something I didn't do the first time around. I can steal the orange from Conga's tree and bring it over to Chimpy. He's super happy. All he wanted in life is an orange. And up here was the third bottle's ability I missed out on. Now Kazooie can launch eggs. Poor Conga. He just wanted to keep his oranges all to himself. Well, he shouldn't have kept that Jiggy then. Maybe I would have left him alone. The final Jiggy was from launching eggs into the mouths of these segments of the totem pole. Not sure the logic behind this, but okay. Okay, now I've got 100 notes in Mumbo's mountain as well. Actually wild that the game resets these. Okay, I lied slightly. Mumbo's magic can extend a little bit into Grunty's lair. Just enough, in fact, that I can climb this hill and get a Jiggy. I won't believe Grunty's party trick. Okay, what is it? Oh god, a striptease? Really rare? Well, now that image is stuck in my brain. Okay, now with eggs, I can have Kazooie poop some into this bucket. Do you think Kazooie gets embarrassed when she poops out eggs in front of Banjo? Anyway, this thing drains the water in the sandcastle. There's a crab in here who's keeping the Jiggy hidden behind a gate. He refuses to give it to me unless I know the password. It sure would be nice if it were written on the wall or something like that. Oh wait, it literally is. There sure are a lot of unused letters in here. Don't worry, we'll be coming back here for sure. And with this honeycomb piece pickup, that's Treasure Trove Cove 100% completed. Oh yeah, I guess I should say this is going to be a 100% run of the game. And there's the second honeycomb piece in Mumbo's mountain. Sneaky putting it on top of the totem pole like that. Now both level 1 and 2 are 100%. So before we head to the next level, there were these 3 switches in Grunty's castle to cause various things to happen to the pipes in this area. This led to an alternate room that opened up the game's 4th level, Bubblegloop Swamp. Oh snap, open world Banjo? We have choices. Alright, let's do this. Time for Clanker's Cavern. A big thing I remember from this one are these green enemies that come out of the busted grates in the walls. They're so annoying. If you're not immediately ready for them to come out, well, too bad I guess. I believe this is my first death of the entire playthrough. It just warps you back to the start of the level. However, any notes you collected gets reset, which is quite rude. I'll take this time to talk about the graphics and audio. The graphics are just great. It's so colorful. Some people argue that Rare were even better at writing software for this console than Nintendo themselves were. And well, it may just be true. It looks and runs fantastic. Sure, the frame rate dips sometimes, but it's never anything major. The audio is so good. The game has voice acting. Well, sort of. It's more like each character has a noise they make that repeats at various pitches when they speak. For instance, if Banjo and Kazooie were having a conversation, it kinda sounds like yeah. The music is so good too. Grant Kirkhope really knocked it out of the park. All the songs fit so well. I also really like how there's so many variations of the song that play in Grunty's lair, and it changes as you traverse through it. Honestly, my favorite is probably just the title screen song. Anyway, here's Clanker, a big old robotic shark. He's sad the water's so dirty in here. As you may be able to tell, this is kind of the game's first true water level. The last one had water, but most of the time I was on the ground. Sure, it's not entirely underwater, but it's mostly down there. Swimming accurately is definitely a skill to get. At the end of this rather curvy pipe was the first jiggy of the level. It's kind of stressful with the air meter. I really did not want to lose all my notes again. I beat up some snippets in a green room to get my second jiggy of the level. It seems poor old Clanker is chained to this anvil at the bottom of this place. I wonder if Grunty's keeping him prisoner. There's also the fish named Gloop down here. He spits out bubbles to let me refill my air. By swimming through the loop of this key a few times, the chain on the anvil raises. Well, he's still being held prisoner, but he seems to be happy that he has fresh air now, so that's nice. He gave me a jiggy as a reward. Raising him higher changes the level quite a lot. Now I can shoot his golden teeth with eggs. Apparently they were giving him toothaches. Poor guy's been having such a rough time lately. By swimming into his now removed tooth, I can go inside of Clanker's belly. Get it? It's kinda like Ocarina of Time. It's a reference. What on earth? Why does he have tendrils growing in here? Isn't he made of metal? Down in his stomach there were a bunch of rings to swim through on a timer. Clanker swallowed Lex's puzzle from Superman 64. This raised the water level. Only one new ability to learn here. Bottles taught Kazooie how to shield with her wings to make me invulnerable. It uses these new gold feathers as energy. It's got a low amount of uses, but it's cool to have nonetheless. Oh my god, I didn't know that was a steep slope. This entire central room goes up really high vertically. The stakes are so high, man. I don't want to lose my notes. And there's the final Jinjo of the level. 7 jiggies now. We're almost done. Going down Clanker's blowhole. Wait, a blowhole? So he's a whale, not a shark? Or do sharks have blowholes? I don't know. This isn't the real world anyway, so who cares? Yeah. Down here was the Grunty switch for this level, as well as the final notes I was missing. Oh man, it is such a relief to finish off 100 notes. No longer have to stress about dying. Just missing 1 jiggy and 1 honeycomb piece now. The honeycomb piece was going up this pipe in the water in reverse. Sneaky, sneaky. I love this attention to detail that Clanker's eyes follow you when you get near them. He even blinks if you shoot an egg at them. Oh my god, the last jiggy I was missing was because I didn't realize the 2 teeth I knocked out lead to different entrances. That's what you get for assuming. You make an assumption. Anyway, that's Clanker's Cavern 100% complete? Heck yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be able to make it all the way through this pipe yet, considering the ground is poison and hurting me. Regardless, I got through safely, making it to where I can unlock the 5th stage, Freezeezy Peak. I mean, I feel like the devs were skilled at their game. They probably knew. Okay, let's go into Bubblegloop Swamp. Oh, the wading boots power-up was literally right at the entrance to here. That's how I was supposed to get through the pipe. Using these, Kazooie puts Banjo on her back, but her feet are safe from the poison. It makes sense. Try it if you ever find yourself in a poison body of water. This is a gigantic egg. Kazooie seems to not care and she's just blasting it over and over. What is this, like a Russian nesting egg or something? It just kept going and going. Actually, this one time we got my papa a Christmas present that was just a series of boxes that got smaller and smaller as he went. Eventually, it was just one of those super sour warhead candies in a little itty bitty box. He ended up really enjoying it. Okay, I get these are supposed to be those swamp reed plants or whatever, but to me it looks like a bizarre chicken leg. Man, I must be hungry. Here's a classic 3D gimmick where it switches to an overhead view while you go through a maze. Actually, it's not really a maze because there's only one path you can go, but you get what I mean. It's mildly stressful because of the wading boots timer. At the end of it was my 2nd jiggy of the level. Nice. So I ran into all these tree stumps and some frogs came out yelling I was trying to steal their gold, and there was no way I could take all of them. Like that time people were going to do a raid on Area 51. There's no way they can stop all of us. Actually, they were kind of messing me up. Anyway, I got a jiggy after I kicked their butts. While I was climbing some trees and destroying all the huts I found along the way, I activated this level's Grunty switch. Oh, a jiggy at the top too. Now you may be thinking it's quite rude to ground pound on this turtle's feet, but actually he was saying his feet are both numb and cold. He wants to bring them into his shell to warm them up, but well, the numbness, you know? So with a little bit of force, I bring the blood flow back. He's so happy that he gives me a Jiggy. Not only that, he opened his mouth, letting me go inside. It looks more like I'm in the shell, but shouldn't I like be in his stomach? Regardless, the world famous Tip Top Choir was in here. So they were singing their notes and I had to ground pound on them in the same order they played. Wait, why are all these smaller turtles inside this larger one anyway? After 3 lessons that went all the way up to 7 notes, I was done with these things. You actually take damage if you mess up, so this would be a funny way to lose all your notes. This conductor takes his music very seriously, apparently. Okay, I totally missed the separate path in the maze where Mumbo's hut was. Got a honeycomb piece. And this level's transformation is... a washing machine? What on earth? He wants me to wash his loincloth? Get out of here, buddy. Stop messing around. Okay, really? He turns me into an alligator. The main thing this does is make me much smaller. So small, in fact, that I can crawl into this alligator's nose. Now, there's something you may remember in here. The greedy croc, Mr. Vile. He challenges me to eat more of the red yumblies than he can within the time limit. It's actually pretty tough. A really good strategy here is to kind of stay near him and snipe the ones he's going for. He's a sore loser, so he challenges me to a second round. This time, I eat the red ones and avoid the yellow ones. Not too bad compared to that first one. I honestly find it even easier to zone him out on this. One final challenge. Eat either the red or yellow based on what is called at the top of the screen. If you eat the wrong color, well, you get stunned for a bit. It's kind of over if you mess up like this. I lost by 1 point and he took a chomp out of me. I don't know, man. I don't make the rules. I just won his Jiggy. We tied this time around and guess what? He still gets to take a chomp out of me. I hate this game. Wait, what? Why did it deal 2 damage that time? Oh my god. There go all my notes. Unbelievable. Well, this is probably a good time to quit. The cutscene when you do is actually pretty great. Grunty's experiment to steal Tootie's youth and beauty is a big success. Wait, actually, maybe we don't need to save Tootie? This is supposed to be the bad ending, but I don't know. Seems pretty good to me. May as well knock out these grunty eyes we opened in the last level. Literally, knock them out. Time to get revenge on this guy. Yes, I'm aware of those speed shoes back there. 1, I want to finish this level in 1 go, and 2, it's just more fun to do it without them. I feel like that's the intended difficulty anyway. There's an even harder challenge where you gotta win all 3 in a row to get 3 1-ups, but if you lose once, he insta-kills you. I didn't go for it. There's the 5th Jinjo, only 1 Jiggy left to go here. And there's the 100 notes on this level. So for the final Jiggy, I had to move all over the level finding these golden chomping gators. By shooting an egg in their mouth, a new one would spawn in somewhere else. After the 5th one, the Jiggy was awarded. And with that, I've 100% completed Bubblegloop Swamp. We're kinda cruising. Can easily open up the 260 note door. I've got 140 extra. By destroying Grunty's hat with one of those switches, I can do this rather interesting jump with Kazooie to get another Grunty's Lair Jiggy. I'm now imagining like a Kaizo ROM hack of this game. It would be pretty sweet. As I head to another place in the lair, it seems Grunty is self-aware. She wishes she didn't talk so much, as it's difficult to think up so many rhymes. Or maybe that's one of the game's writers frustrated they have to write in this fashion. Who knows? So this was a narrow pipe I could only fit in as the alligator. This led to Cheeto, Grunty's spellbook. It seems she lost it and says we better not read it. He gives me the first cheat, blue eggs, which if I enter on the sandcastle floor in Treasure Trove Cove will give me a great reward. Ah, so that's why there were some unused letters. 350 note door? No problem. It seems you can beat these levels in a big variety of orders. Also, thanks for sharing that info that you never wash your bed sheets to save money, Grunty. Really needed that one. Time for the 5th level, Freezeezy Peak. Hopefully no ice physics. Right away there was an igloo with a bunch of kids. They were crying that their dad Boggy left to get them presents ages ago. I don't quite know how to break this to y'all, but he ain't coming back. Here's a little challenge where I have to escort these Twinklies over to the tree. Along the way are dangerous Twinkly munchers trying to eat them. If I got 10 of them to the tree, they could light it up and be happy. That wasn't enough though. I had to fly through the star on top. I'm a bit stuck, it seems. It's too bad I didn't read what they said the first time around. I may have actually been able to do that in time. Wait, where's that Jiggy at? Inside the tree? They're really making me do a lot of stuff for this one. Oh, I have to climb up the trunk. That makes sense. Hey wait, there's more termites in here. They're gonna destroy the health of this thing. Also in here I found a present. It told me I should give it to someone who is sad. Nah, I'm gonna keep it for myself. Wait, why is the tree disconnected at the top? Those termites are working faster than I expected. This is a dire situation. Anyway, finally got that Jiggy. Bottles had one new move to teach me here, the Beak Bomb. Now I can launch Kazooie forward while flying. It costs one red feather each time. This move is actually so hard to aim. It's really impressive when speedrunners can land it consistently. There's a bunch of these snowmen around the area that I have to kill. This one gave me a honeycomb piece. This here is Waza. He's scared of bears and hides in a cave. That's stereotyping, man. I only want to eat humans, not you. I love these ice cube enemies so much. It makes a really satisfying sound when you shatter them. They've got to be trolling with this, right? They put the yellow item on the yellow segment and the red item on the red segment. It's so hard to see. There was a Jiggy in the snowman's pipe up here. Still a lot more to climb though. Okay, actually not that much. There's a flying panel on his nose, which is not a carrot. This took me to the top of the hat. I made it. My personal Mount Everest. There's a sled up here. What's this for? Oh geez. Oh god. I don't know how to slow down. Holy crap, did I just murder that guy? Oh wait, he was actually choking on a Jiggy. I did him a favor. Oh, that's those kids dead. Boggy. He says he's going to go sledding instead of seeing them though. Well, I guess Banjo can be a good enough father figure. Here's y'all's presents. No clue what they are. I just found them lying around. I'm sure they're safe. Found Mumbo's house and he turned me into an incredibly cursed looking walrus. That's not going to be nightmare fuel or anything. One thing I can do while like this is safely navigate the cold water here. Before, it was damaging me quite quickly. And in fact, that's already 100 notes collected. The level is now stress-free. Another big thing I can do is race Boggy in a sledding race. He says Banjo is too fat to fit on the sled. That's pretty rude, man. I love him yelling, "Wah-hey!" the entire time. This was really difficult. Part of the thing is I have to go through these flags. Boggy's a bully and he pushed me out of the way sometimes. Man, they really pushed the rubber banding here, huh? Felt like he was a pixel behind my back the entire time. Took about 4 tries and I got my Jiggy. Conveniently, right next to the end of the race was where Waza was. He's excited to see another walrus and gives me his Jiggy, but he makes sure to warn me about the smelly brown bear and his ugly bird partner. You've got it, buddy. There was a secret hole in the water in his home leading to the second honeycomb piece. That's a relief. Those things can be hard to find. Well, now back to being normal old Banjo and I can invade Waza's house. He's actually freaking out so bad. Look dude, it's chill. I just want this Jinjo up here. And wait, what's that? Some mysterious ice key blocked off in his house? What are you hiding back there, Waza? Okay, I can't believe I hit that shot. Makes me look like a real speedrunner. Oh, there's a Jiggy at the top of the snowman for killing all the little ones. That makes sense. And there's the 5th Jinjo chilling on top of the big snowman's broom. And finally, there were 3 buttons on his belly that suspiciously looked like targets. Blasting them with Kazooie in the air made him poop out a Jiggy? That was weird placement. And with that, Freezeezy Peak is 100% complete. But wait, you say, what about the other race? Yeah, I can't do that until I get a later power-up. Oh well. No time to waste. We're going from a snow-filled land straight to the next level, Gobi's Valley. I'd be sick if I saw Gruntilda's big streaky brown undies. Yeah, thanks for sharing that image. 450 note door? Easy peasy. We're really getting through here now. May as well go ahead and open up this level, Mad Monster Mansion. So many choices. You know what? Screw the intended level order. Let's go to Mad Monster Mansion right now. I went in the first house and a ghost named Napper was upset I woke him up while he was sleeping. Kind of on brand. Wasn't really sure how to get that Jiggy he had inside of him yet. All the windows were boarded up except for 2. That's suspicious. Yep, secret area. Classic. Actually though, it didn't seem like anything was in this room other than 2 enemies and some eggs. How about here? Yep. Straight down to the wine cellar. Makes me think of that one part in Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga for some reason. There was just a bunch of barrels down here. 2 had a Jinjo and a Jiggy inside. Jeez, there's so many rooms to enter in this place. This one had a weight spirit that told me to solve the puzzle and that was all. Actually took me a minute to figure out that it wanted me to stand on top of it. Just wants me to spell out Banjo-Kazooie. Also, is that the Umbrella Corps logo in the corner of that image on the floor? What's up with that? Oh, I can climb up the gutter. That makes sense. I couldn't get under the floorboards to get this honeycomb piece. It was actually being so jank in this location. There must be a Mumbo transformation somewhere. I've really got to question the home design here. This is clearly the master bedroom, but it seems the only way in is through this 3rd story window. That's ridiculous and quite frankly unsafe. Straight down the chimney I go. It seems like the only thing this did was give me access to a Mumbo token. Not worth. Now here's a maze. Even got hedges for walls. There are ghosts too, and I wasn't sure how to deal with them. My quick thinking saved me. Invincibility works, and I was only on 1 HP. Anyway, is this them referencing Pac-Man? It's gotta be, right? Oh, oops. I thought I had to find a key for this gate, but nope, just peck it open. Sometimes the simplest solution is the actual one. Okay, so now the grave markers are attacking me. Everything's fine here. I had to do this annoying thing where I pooped eggs into the flower vases. It was kind of hard to get it to line up. Hey, this window has us on it. There were just a ton of supplies in here. Boring. Mumbo's house is actually a bit hidden in this place. Those roses on the walls damage you if you touch them, so it's not obvious you can go back here. Wait, what? He transformed me into the washing machine again? Isn't that supposed to be like super rare? But actually he transformed me into a pumpkin. You can't really do anything useful with this except for the fact that you're a lot smaller. It's actually a bit tricky to get all the way up to the roof as a pumpkin. There's a little hole in the wall that leads up to a ramp to get on top of the hedge maze. Anyway, that's how I fit under there for that honeycomb piece. In another room up top is the toilet, appropriately named Lago. Somehow he forces a pumpkin to get flushed down. No way that would work, but whatever. A jiggy down here in the septic tank. I had to walk quite a ways on top of the hedge maze walls to get to this tiny hole. What's up with this game and all these tendrils? There were just some notes and a jiggy down here. So this was awesome. Look how the camera did me dirty there. I had no clue the level exit was right there. Man, I had 84 notes too. Not even a confirmation you want to leave or anything. That is so rude. Well, I mean, at least I found Cheeto in Grunty's lair again. Got the red feathers cheat this time. Well, we've got to rebuild, I guess. A set of tricky jumps to make it to the top of this clock tower thing. On top was ultimately my 6th jiggy of the level. Oh, I see. Coming down from the chimney and then slowly walking up the napper keeps him asleep. Now I can steal that jiggy right from under his belly. Okay, there's the 5th Jinjo. Those reset as well as the notes, so that's good to get out of the way. Man, another jiggy locked behind that shoes power-up. Guess I can't complete this level yet either. Past me thought he couldn't get all the notes without them, and he left the level again. What an idiot. So anyway, now we're in a new level, Gobi's Valley. Just a mummy hand flailing around in the desert? Yeah, okay. I really like the look of the flowing sand here. I don't know, it's just nice to stare at. A clearly labeled switch to activate the honeycomb piece? This is the easiest one yet. So I'm in this pyramid, right? And I have to ground pound these tiles on the ground to find the matching ones. Should be easy, but there's this incredibly annoying mummy chasing me the entire time. Oh, I hate him. For finishing, I got my first jiggy of the level. In this other pyramid, this guy Ruby was chilling here. He wanted me to get his snake to come out, so I pooped some eggs into the basket nearby. For whatever reason, that made it extend, letting me reach the jiggy. Maybe it's going to eat those eggs later. I didn't have nearly enough time to make it to the entrance to this pyramid. Grunty taunted me saying I could never beat this race until I find some faster feet. Yeah, that's what's preventing me from so many things right now. Found a flying panel, so may as well knock out this honeycomb piece. That's 7 total HP now. Nice. I flew through 5 hexagons that promised me Grunty would be defeated if I did it. Turns out they lied. Unbelievable. At least I got a jiggy though. This big old dog statue is Jinxie, and he's got a stuffy nose. So naturally, I launched some eggs into it to make him sneeze. Give it a try next time you're feeling congested. This place had magic carpets. Launching eggs into the dog statue's mouths naturally made them ascend higher. Another jiggy. Is this supposed to be boiling hot sand or something? The wading shoes are the only way to safely navigate it. I can't even imagine liquid sand. Dang it, Grabba, let me have that jiggy. Why am I always too slow? Where the heck is Bottles? Well, here he is. No, not Bottles, but this is Gobi himself. He's really hot and wants to get in the shade. Why the heck is he chained to this rock anyway? Dang it, Grunty. There you go, buddy. I'll never let anything bad happen to you. Ah, the classic. Rare can't think of what to make the player do. Shoot some eggs in the dog's mouth. It never gets old. Now, this is what I call a maze. King Sandybutt told me I better not come in here, but, well, I did anyway. The music here is wild. It keeps getting progressively faster and faster. I swear, this is even more stressful than the Sonic drowning music. Holy crap, calm down. Oh no. No! I think we're good. I hate this, man. My heart rate's going up. I got a Jiggy for my efforts, up to 6 now. There was also a Grunty switch in a different segment of the maze. Okay, so that whole thing about Gobi, complete lie. I'm gonna blast him on his back to make him water this tree. I don't care if he needs to store that water to stay cool, too bad. You know what? One more slam for the road. He shouldn't have eaten that honeycomb piece, it's his fault. Okay, getting this Jiggy from Grabba like this has to be cheese, right? Like there's no way this is intended. And look at that! Right after getting that Jiggy, I finally found bottles. Now I can use the running shoes. Heck yes. So yeah, with these I can run super fast for like 30 seconds or so. What the heck? I got absolutely scammed there. Where is that thing's loading zone? Anyway, this pyramid was flooded. A Jiggy inside nonetheless. Forgetting it, it drained the water out of here and put it in the middle of the valley. That's the last thing I need to finish this level off. There's the 5th Jinjo and also the 10th Jiggy of the level. And there's 100 notes collected. Can't believe I missed 2 in that snake charmer area. With that, Gobi's Valley is 100% complete. Now with the running shoes, I can win this second race in Freezeezy Peak against Boggy. This one's actually so dumb. If you play perfectly, it's impossible due to the rubber banding. The only way to win is intentionally be bad at it for the first half or so, then you can easily zoom past him for the ending. Oh well. That's Freezeezy Peak actually 100% complete now. Let's go ahead and clean up the rest of Mad Monster Mansion. That Jiggy I couldn't reach in the hole as the pumpkin, you have to come down the gutter drain, which you can also only fit in as the pumpkin. Quite clever. The reason I needed the running shoes is there's this switch that opens a door on a timer. Pretty sure it's literally impossible to make it in time without them. And what do you know? There were notes in here. I guess I was right to quit the level before. So this here is Moat's hand. His playing skills are impeccable. He doesn't believe I can play the song he plays. Never mind the fact that I move significantly faster, and I can play the note like a couple frames after he does. That gave me the 10th and final Jiggy. And it opened a flying panel in this room, which let me reach the second honeycomb piece in the rafters. Ooh, and the Grunty switch is up here too. I didn't even realize I hadn't found that yet. And there we go. 100 notes, and that's Mad Monster Mansion 100% completed. Didn't like that level super well. Okay, this actually took me like a half an hour to find. No idea why, but there was a gate to bust next to Mad Monster Mansion. I could fit in this building as the pumpkin from there. And, wait, why is Mumbo here? I guess he turns me back into normal old Banjo. Now I can bust this coffin to raise the water in a different segment of Grunty's lair. Finally, some progress. Now, in this place, I could reach this box with the rare logo on it. Feels like something cooler should be in here. Raise the water once more. Oh hey, a green cauldron. Still haven't found any matching ones, so I can't warp at all. And here it is, our 8th level, Rusty Bucket Bay. Oh boy. Well, if you made it this far in the game, you definitely remember this level. Yeah, the shark is back. Plus, the water's all polluted here, so it drains air at twice the rate. You even slowly lose air when swimming at the top of the water. Man, this place is a mess. Just a toxic waste pool in the corner? No wonder it's polluted. Throughout the area, there are these toll pipes you have to launch eggs into. It could become an issue later for reasons. Yeah, the reason is I'm gonna be dying, and my eggs don't get refunded when I die. We'll see how this goes. First Jiggy of the level at the top of this smokestack of the ship. Surely we'll be obtaining them as quickly as this. Okay, wait, I found the Grunty switch on top of the stern. Or is it the hull? Starboard? I don't know ship terms. But yeah, there it is. This little door here lets me inside the ship itself. Yeah, that's right. You recognize this room? This is a place of evil. The entire thing leading to a bottomless pit. Unbelievable. Daily reminder that I lose all my notes whenever I die. Oh no, this poor dolphin's trapped underwater by an anchor. I don't know what it expects me to do though. I can't lift that thing. Here's another way to die commonly. Am I actually going to run out of lives? Okay, you can't blame me for this one. These propellers are really a one-hit KO. How was I supposed to know that? Literally nothing else in the game has been so far. I thought for sure killing all these explosive crates would be a Jiggy, but nope. Just a one-up. Actually, that's good to know. Will help prevent an embarrassing game over. Dude, these freaking bees need to leave me alone. To be fair, it's my fault for stealing their honey, but like, I was low on health. Come on, don't hoard it all for yourself. I used a crane to get back on the ship, which let me reach another crane, which I dropped a destructive crate of TNT down. This opened further access to the inside. Well, at least they were generous with these guys. The 5 Jinjos aren't that difficult to find. That's only my second Jiggy in the level. Yikes. This other crane had an up arrow to hit, raising the cage over a Jiggy on the ship. Okay, that's number 3, we're getting somewhere. Even these metal tube things are attacking me. This place is truly evil. 312111? Is that somebody's phone number or something? Oh no, it's the order I have to hit these switches in. Wonder why Grunty had that place there anyway. That's my 4th Jiggy down. Alright, back into the terrible room we go. This time I waited on the thing to slow down before jumping on it. Slow and steady wins the race here. No need to do anything hasty and lose all my notes. Okay, this switch slows down those propellers. That's how I get that Jiggy on the back of the boat. Got it. No, wait, there's a second switch on the other side. This one actually stopped them. And wait, oh geez, why is there a timer in this room of all places? Thankfully I got out, but I was too slow and also didn't know which side of the ship it was on. Grunty, you don't have to make fun of me every time I mess up, alright? This pipe doesn't try to eat me. Going down here led to a switch which slows the fans in the engine room down. It's all coming together now. Surely I won't die and lose all my notes. Oh snap, it's another boss! This is Boss Boombox. What's up with the water levels being the ones having the boss fights? Basically, you just blast it with eggs over and over to slam it into the wall. And when it does, it breaks into 2 smaller pieces. The egg situation is currently quite dire. So much so that I completely ran out. It looks like I can melee this guy though. Maybe I was wrong about needing the eggs. They baited me by putting like 800 of them along the walls. Anyway, that's the 5th Jiggy down. Dude, it's still quite scary even with these things slowed down. I'm glad I didn't try my other idea, which was to just sprint past it with invincibility feathers while it was going fast. Definitely would have died. 6 Jiggies now. And there we go, 2nd tries the charm on that propeller speed run. Still a tad worried about my notes though. I do not want to lose them at this point. I don't know if this shed thing was always opened or I did something to open it. I climbed to the top of all the junk in here and that's 8 Jiggies. Missing 2 Jiggies, 20 notes, and both honeycomb pieces. I guess this toll is just fake or something? I had already shot 2 eggs to get the thing to come out a bit, but putting in like 5 more made it come out all the way? So they're just straight up lying now. Oh snap, I didn't notice this hole where the shark is. Man, there's so much in this place. It seems all this is a switch to get a honeycomb piece, but hey, I'll take it. I guess the entrance to this room was quite hidden. That took like 10 minutes to find this. You can swim up the hole where the anchor pinning that dolphin comes down from. Ah, get me out of here. There you go, buddy. I don't know how he got caught under that thing, but oh well. There were also 4 notes in here, so still missing 1 Jiggy, 1 honeycomb piece, and 16 notes. However, I felt like I'd searched everywhere. I actually got stuck trying to leave this room and almost drowned. This double air drain rate sucks so much. Oh my god, grab the stupid thing. Stupid bear. Okay, I forgot to go down one of those pipe things. Here's the kitchen, but there's only 5 notes in here. God, where is this last big thing I'm missing? Okay, now this is a hidden honeycomb piece. Just a tiny hole you can barely see in the entrance to the engine room. Okay, this is where I call shenanigans on this level. So I can break this window, right? But it doesn't exactly look like something that can be broken. More like scenery. Plus, not all the windows like this are breakable. In fact, the majority of them aren't. It really feels like this could have been communicated to the player better that this is where you need to go. I don't know. Okay, going into that bunk room and this command center or whatever, I'm now missing 3 notes and a Jiggy. Ugh. Oh, it was just a 3rd window I missed. There we go! Rusty Bucket Bay has been 100% completed. Good riddance. It's mostly bad because of that double air drain rate, honestly. Only 1 stage to go. Problem is, I've got to find it. I'll start by opening this 640 note door. Take that, tendrils. Man, what's up with how many of these things they put in this game? I never noticed it till I made this video. Oh, I see. This makes the panel to activate the level up here. I had found this portrait a long time ago, but I wasn't sure what it was for. Oh yeah, here's the Grunty's lair Jiggy from Rusty Bucket Bay. Only have 7 here though. I wonder why I'm missing some. There was also a switch nearby to raise the water one more time on a timer. This led to an alcove where Cheetah was once again. Got the gold feathers cheat this time around. No idea how I noticed this jump pad here. It's like that time someone found a new collectible under the grass in Donkey Kong 64 and invalidated every single max percent speedrun. Okay, mildly embarrassed, but it took a literal half hour to find this again. It was so early in Grunty's lair that I just never bothered to go back that far. And here it is, level 9, Click Clock Wood. Probably my favorite in the game. It starts quite strange. You're in a hub area with 4 areas representing the 4 seasons. To start, they were all sealed off. Thankfully, there's a switch to open up spring, so I guess we'll head there first. Whoa, what? How did I just jump off midair? Yeah, these birds are kind of annoying. Right away, I found Mumbo's house. What's he gonna turn me into this time? Oh, a bee. Well, that's cool. At least I can fly. When are we gonna play Buck Bumble? Wait, yeah, I can fly. Holy crap, this is gonna be awesome. I can go wherever I want. The controls for this are wild though. It is quite rough to get used to. It's kind of like flying with Kazooie where you press a button to ascend, but not quite as smooth. There was a beehive attached to the main tree here. The Zubbas here told me they're guarding the Jiggy for Grunty. Apparently there's a honey bear out there to watch out for. Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. I'll keep an eye out. Got a Jinjo in here for now. I got a Jiggy from a dangerous looking flower way up high in a tree. The bee feels like cheating sometimes. The bee can walk too, but like, why would you? The sky's the limit, baby. Well, got 1 Jiggy, 2 Jinjos, and 13 notes. Time to go back to bear form. Here's Nalty the beaver. He wants me to move this boulder so he can get back in his house, but like, it's flooded, dude. What do you expect me to do? That boulder is the only reason you don't have severe water damage inside. I had Kazooie poop some eggs into this fertile soil and it caused a plant to grow. Not sure how that makes sense, but hey, don't question it. When you can't just fly to the top, you're supposed to climb this tree with a very specific path they laid out. These birds are so dang annoying, I swear. Time to raid this beehive. Oh, I guess I can't fit. Well, that's embarrassing. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be jumping on these little green nubs yet, but I did it anyway. I'm telling you, we need Kaizo Banjo-Kazooie. Definitely got that first try and didn't mess up like 700 times before this. Anyway, further up the tree, there was a partial tree house. I never got to have one of those things as a kid. Seems like it would have been fun. Just past here was a switch to open up the second season, Summer. Oh man, this is gonna be a big level. Inside the tree here is where Nabnut lives. He is engorging himself in acorns. Gonna eat till you pop, buddy. Naturally, there's a bird's nest in this tree. Time for this egg to hatch whether it's ready or not. This here is Irie. Just wants to sleep for now though. And at the very top of the tree is our second Jiggy of the level. Of course, more tendrils. Someone at Rare had a problem, I swear. Well, only one way to get back down. Actually glad I landed in the water. I think that's a one-hit kill. We're done with spring for now, so into summer we go. Irie is very hungry and wants to eat 5 caterpillars. Guess that's my first objective. Oh look, the water is dried up now. I can destroy this boulder and let Nalty back into his home. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to climb the slope to get into his house to follow him. Not good. And looky here, I've already opened up fall. Guess there's nothing fun to do in summer. Stay inside and play video games like me. I tried changing into a bee to get in the house, but nope. Mumbo says it's too hot to do magic. He's gonna work on his tan instead. Dude, come on. Holy crap, it's Gobi! I can't believe he made it all the way here. Wait, I see what needs to be done. I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. Oh, nope. I'm definitely strong enough. Sorry, but I really need to water this plant. No hard feelings though, right? I just love these changes so much. Those little nubs are now fully sprouted leaves, and there's a jump pad here to reach my 3rd Jiggy of the level. The treehouse has had some more progress to it too. Still nowhere near stable, but one of the contractors left a Jiggy for me in there. Sometimes you never know what you'll find when you do work on a house. We had a water leak upstairs, and when they drilled into the ceiling, they found a rusty shovel handle. Like, why the heck was that there? I broke into the Zubba hive from a weak point in the top, and they're like, that's him! That's the honey bear! Felt like I was getting attacked by cuckoos in a Zelda game. They said they were getting bored of guarding that Jiggy anyway, so I can have it. Okay, just a simple jump here. Oh god. Oh no, 1 HP, there is no way. Dude, losing notes here would be catastrophic. Let's check on Nabnut. Oh yeah, he's a mess. He ate all those acorns. Well, you reap what you sow, dude. Here you go, Irie. Here's some caterpillars. Even though they look like worms. He's too full and wants to take a nap now. Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, that's about all there is for this season. Time for autumn. It seems Irie is woken from his nap and he's hungry. This time he wants 10 caterpillars. Yeah, okay. Man, I just love this level so much. How the scenery changes up each season. These falling leaves and such are so nice. I can explain. Look, I have to 100% this game, alright? The commenters on this video will be very angry if I don't. I need to steal his water. It just has to be done, sorry to say. That's 6 Jiggies down. These leaves are a bit withered up now. Glad they haven't fallen yet. Also, it's wild that I have 22 Mumbo tokens. You only use them the first time you transform, so there's just a massive surplus in this game. I guess they didn't want you to have to hunt them down, but like, this is a bit overkill. Looks like the treehouse is finished now. Who's building this thing anyway? Not really anything of note inside, a bit disappointing. Nabnut is outside now. He wants 6 acorns so he can make it through the winter. Wow, just wow. I can't believe I'm giving in to this guy's gluttony. The acorns are mostly nearby on the wooden path connected to the treehouse. Wait, he has one in his house? He won't notice if I give him this one back, right? Midway up the big tree was the switch for winter. Now, the entire level is my oyster. Gave Irie the 10 additional caterpillars and he grew even bigger. He thinks he'll grow to be big and strong, but first another nap is in order. Checking in on the hive, the Zubbas have all moved out. At least there's a caterpillar and a few notes inside. Ooh, I never noticed this window to the upper layer of Nabnut's house. Wait, there's just an acorn in here too. I'm stealing his own stuff to give back to him. There we go. Gave Nabnut his acorns and got my 7th Jiggy. Mumbo doesn't want to use magic in autumn either. He's too busy sweeping up all these leaves. Oh, come on, dude. I want to fly. Oh yeah, now that there's water again, I can just swim to Naughty's house. He's like, thank God. I've been waiting to give you this for months. Sorry about that. Done with autumn, so let's go to the objectively worst season, winter. I hate being cold, and I hate walking around in snow. Looks like Mumbo went on vacation for the winter. Get out of this cold. I'd do it too if I had the money. There's the 5th and final Jinjo on top of his house. 9 out of 10 Jiggies, so close. My beautiful plant that I worked so hard on. I grew it all by myself too. The water's frozen here, but only the top layer. I can swim under the ice, but it drains double air, just like Rusty Bucket Bay. The beehive is completely decimated now. Actually, I have no idea if this is something normal or what. Do bees just like chill in their hive all winter? Where do they go? Treehouse is all boarded up for winter. I'm just gonna assume Grunty built this thing. Nabnut is asleep in the winter and wait, what's this? He's in bed with someone else? I didn't realize it was that kind of game. There's plenty of panels to fly with Kazooie in winter. With this, I can access the super secret top level of Nabnut's home. This is where he hoards all his acorns. Why did he need me to get him 6 if he has hundreds here? Anyway, found the first honeycomb piece in here. Found the Grunty switch on a random branch of the main tree. So close now. Irie really did it. A fully fledged eagle. You're welcome for all that food. Heck yeah, that's all 10 Jiggies done. Well, I've got 97 notes and I'm pretty sure I've searched all of winter. Ugh, the search space for these last 3 is ginormous. I wasn't even sure if this would work or not, but I'm glad it did. I swam through the double air drain water to Naughty's house. He doesn't ever get visitors during the winter. In here was the second and last honeycomb piece of the entire game. 8 total HP now. Okay, just press the jump button. Oh god, what are you doing? Holy crap. If I died there with 97 notes, I would have blown a gasket. Cut ahead about 25 minutes, there are the final 3 notes, and that's it. Click Clock Wood has been 100% completed. Love that level, but I really do wish the notes saved. Few things to clean up in Gruntilda's lair. I thought some event would destroy these spider webs, but nope. For whatever reason, pooping eggs on them breaks them. That's the first warp unlock, just in time for the game to be over. Actually, what? Were all the warps just into this room? Man, I feel like a moron for not trying this sooner. Now with the knowledge of busting the spider webs, I can run to this flying panel I unlocked from Freezeezy Peak. Wait, seriously? This snowman only drops a health pickup? That's ridiculous. I thought for sure there would be some cool secret for killing it. Well, at least there's a Jiggy up top. Also with that flying panel, I can bust out the Grunty statue's eye to get the 9th Jiggy of the layer. And smuggling the bee transformation out of Click Clock Wood lets me get the 10th and final Jiggy in Gruntilda's lair. That's every single one in the entire game, 100 in total. One more warp, this one is super hidden. A barely visible tunnel in the tall grass near Click Clock Wood. 765 notes? Easy. I've got a whopping 900 at this point. There was a gigantic warp pad in here. This took me to Grunty's Furnace Fun? What? Am I playing in a game show or something? Apparently if I win, I get to save Tooty. Well, Grunty is certainly keeping things interesting, I'll say that. There was also a new yellow cauldron in here. Can't use it yet though. So this part's really interesting. There are these spaces leading up to where Grunty's commentating from. The different spaces represent different tasks. For the image of Banjo and Kazooie, I have to answer a trivia question about something from this game. How many X's were in the Jiggy hunt in Treasure Trove Cove? I definitely didn't remember. I guessed 5, no dice. If you get it wrong, you take 1 point of damage. The eye spaces show a picture on the screen and Grunty asks if I know where I've been. This one, it was either Click Clock Wood or Mumbo's Mountain. Thankfully got it right this time. You also get occasional health pickups along the way. On these music note spaces, Grunty asks me about either a sound effect or song from the game. Everything is so memorable in this, that's why I got this one wrong. The answer was clearly Extra Wife. The Joker spaces are cool. She can ask any variety of question and you only get 1 shot at it. But if you get it right, then you get 2 Joker cards. For each one of these, you can skip 1 question. The skull space, on the other hand, is very bad. You get 1 chance to answer it, and if you don't, well, you'll be swimming with the fishies. Except they can't survive in lava, and neither can Banjo. If you happen to die, you start all over again. There are 0 checkpoints on this bridge, it's kind of ridiculous. The Grunty spaces are why I'd been talking to Brentilda all throughout the lair. And thankfully, I'd been keeping notes on these. Who is your best friend? Why, it's definitely Fatty Hattie. Bet you're wondering how I knew that one. These clock spaces force me to do some actual challenge from the game. In this example, it's the tile matching game from Gobi's Valley. Unfortunately, I was too slow. Man, there's a lot of RNG on that one. Oh god, it's a Grunty question. And Brentilda never told me this one. It's a skull space too. Gotta just guess. Whew. Well, it is 1 out of 3 odds, so it's not all that unlikely. So I lost a ton of health missing the Grunty questions. It's hard to search my notes due to the 10-second time limit, but yeah, I died pretty deep in. Man, this is crazy. What is this tree's name? How the heck am I supposed to know that? Did it ever even mention it? This quiz is honestly so hard. Good luck doing this as a child. I can't even do it as an adult. Ah, how could I forget about old Gobi? We are best friends after all. He loves when I'm around. Phew. Glad they added these Joker cards. Those skull spaces are terrifying. Grunty is super upset that I managed to win. She was assured by the person who made this board that I never would. She lets me have Tooty just like she agreed, and she sprints up the stairs. And then the credits roll? Huh, that's weird she got to leave like that, but I guess we beat the game. We see the gang all partying, having a cookout at Banjo's house. Mumbo is grilling, Bottles is eating corn on the cob, and Banjo and Kazooie are having a drink. Just when we thought we were done, Tooty reminds us that Grunty got away. Get back up there and finish the job, buddy. Oh my goodness, I would have never expected Rare of all studios to have a fake out credits sequence. Let's finish the job. 810 note door? Easy. I was wondering if you could skip Click Clock Wood. Nope, you need 94 out of 100 Jiggies to reach the final boss. There are a few additional doors before the fight. There are 3 doors that lead to replenishments for red and golden feathers as well as eggs. But the best is if you have 882 notes and 98 Jiggies, you can turn your health honeycombs red. This effectively gives double health to a total of 16 HP. By jumping into this super smelly cauldron, we get launched to the roof for the final battle. As you may expect, the final boss is none other than Gruntilda herself. She starts the fight by zooming back and forth on her broom. It gets tired out after a bit though, and that's prime time to attack. After hitting her like 5 times, she changed tactics. now shooting a homing spell at me. Didn't really see a way to dodge it. Then she started launching these red bombs at me. No melee opportunity here, so I was hitting her with eggs. I think I got too cocky though. Off the cliff I go. Man, there are no checkpoints in this boss fight either, just like the quiz. Ah, the invincibility feather. That's how you dodge it. Not sure if there's a better way. Shooting these eggs is a bit frustrating. You've got to get on these little ledges to reach her, and constantly run to dodge the fire attacks. After enough egg hits, it's time to take to the skies. Thanks, Bottles, for the flight pad. As you may expect, we've got to use Beak Bomb to hit her. Problem here is, I only have 50 feathers to work with. If I miss, I use the feather for the attack, but also additional ones to not fall off the cliff. It's really hard to aim this thing, I swear. Or you could miss and have this happen. Oh my god. How many times am I going to screw this up? Now a new issue. I hit her enough with Beak Bomb and she just puts up an invincibility shield? Okay, did not expect this. The Jinjos appear on the roof saying I'm their new friend and they'd love to help me. By pooping some eggs into the hole of the statue, the Jinjo comes to life. Apparently these things are cracked and can hit her through the shield. Once they'd all blasted into her, they destroyed the broom. Poor thing. However, she was now in a frenzy, shooting out the fireballs at ludicrous pace. An even bigger statue appeared in the center. It claimed to be the Jinjonator. Don't remember rescuing this thing. I had to spit several eggs into each side of it. I think we all see where this is going though. You really thought I was gonna win the first time seeing the Jinjonator? No shot. Man, without the double health, this fight would honestly be ridiculous. This onslaught she sends out with the Jinjonator phase is wild. Anyway, I had freed the Jinjonator. All the regular Jinjos phased into it or something like that. It spun around and around. Then it hit her with big force, and hit her again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until finally it hit her hard enough that she fell off the castle completely. She slammed into the ground, making a Grunty-sized hole, which was promptly covered up by a rather large boulder. She doesn't really like being down there, so she hopes Klungo can hurry and rescue her. And finally, we're all celebrating on an island. This time, for real. Wait, who the heck is that in the bikini holding the melons? Is that just some random new character they brought in for this scene alone? We see a character role where if you didn't know something's name, well, now you sure do. It's pretty neat seeing the name of every single thing, or just the fact that they gave them all names. Mumbo then says he's got some pictures of secret stuff. It's stuff that's going to be used in the next game. Wait, what? Wow, he even name drops it. Banjo-Tooie. That's honestly kind of wild they threw this in. What if the game sold horribly and the studio went under? That'd be real embarrassing. Forgetting all 100 jiggies, Mumbo decides to show us his secret pictures. I actually think these are gifts, but whatever. There's now a new cave in Treasure Trove Cove. Inside is a pink egg. Wonder what it's for. Ooh, and there's that icy key we saw 10 hours ago. We can get it now. Oh sweet, another egg in Gobi's Valley. Grunty vows to get her revenge and Klungo is trying his best to free her. Maybe in Banjo-Tooie. We get a satisfying the end to wrap things up. I actually love how Grunty is there if you load the game back up. Probably started a lot of rumors back in the day. So we've got some additional stuff to take care of before we're completely done with this game. If you go into Banjo's house and examine the Bottles portrait on the fireplace, he comments how you found a secret moving puzzle game. Great awards await us. This is so weird. You move Banjo's janky looking hand to grab puzzle pieces to create the live image being displayed in the frame. I love how Banjo just punches his fist down to get the piece in. I really wonder why this is in the game though. One of the devs must have made it and it didn't really fit, so they just shoved it in Banjo's house, I guess. I finished the puzzle with more than enough time to spare. Kazooie demanded Bottles give us our reward right now. So he said to go to the sandcastle in Treasure Trove Cove and enter the password Bottles bonus 1. Huh, wonder how many of these puzzles there are. There's the second puzzle finished. Only a slightly bigger one than the first, still quite easy. The movement of the pieces feels real awkward. I can only imagine how it feels on an emulator. Earn the code Bottles bonus 2, as you might expect. For the third puzzle, things started to get real. Pieces weren't in the correct orientation by default, so now I had to rotate them with the C buttons. I don't have time for this. Give me more seconds, Bottles. I did notice something, at least for the edge pieces, to kind of give a clue. When you place an edge piece on the wrong edge, it doesn't insert neatly into the frame. so that narrows down the search space of where it could go by quite a lot. If you run out of time, Banjo just does a goofy thumbs down. Is he doing that to himself? He's the one placing the pieces. Once you've filled out the edges, the middle pieces all go in the same orientation. It becomes a game of just brute force at that point. I don't know, it's really hard to tell where they're supposed to go. Anyway, that's the third one, and Bottles bonus 3 unlocked. Like this fourth one, how are you supposed to decipher where any of these go? It's just a dark brown blob. At least there's generally enough time to spam all the possibilities. That's the fourth puzzle done, and Bottles bonus 4 unlocked. And that's the fifth puzzle, Bottles bonus 5. They aren't changing anymore, only the video itself is what changes. And that's the sixth and final puzzle, Big Bottles bonus unlocked this time. I can't wait to see what they all do. Wait just a darn tootin' second, Bottles has a secret seventh puzzle? No way! I'm glad, I love these so much. Only 75 seconds instead of 100 now. I guess they knew people would brute force it, uh-oh. Because I'm such a skilled puzzle gamer, I beat it first try. Bottles thinks I must have cheated to win, but who cares? Give me my prize. Wishy-washy Banjo? That's a weird password, but okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got to drain the water before I'm allowed to enter these codes. Thanks, Leaky. Entering these cheats actually takes so long. Like, they couldn't have given me a better way to do this after getting the jiggy. Oh well. This one in particular turns you into the washing machine, but you can actually move around as it now. Pretty neat, especially if you hadn't seen the Mumbo mistake before. So what does Bottles bonus 1 do? Big head mode. The classic cheat. Seriously, devs need to bring this back. Bottles bonus 2 gives Banjo big hands and feet. Too bad you can't combine them though. Wait, Bottles bonus 3 didn't do anything? Oh, it gave Kazooie big head mode. That's amazing. Take that, bird brain. Bottles bonus 4 is, lanky Banjo? I don't even know what to call this. That's cursed. Bottles bonus 5 is the same thing but with tiny head and big hands and feet? What on earth? Get it out of here. And finally, Bottles big bonus gives what I wanted. Big head, big hands and feet, and even big Kazooie head. Too bad we can't also be lanky though. Love when devs put goofy cheats in their games like that. I can also enter the cheats that I got from Cheeto to double the max capacity of my eggs and both feathers. Maybe should have done that before the Grunty fight. Okay, so remember that thing Mumbo showed at the end about secrets? That's called Stop and Swap, and it was never actually implemented. I'm sure there are lots of video essays out there about this, but the gist of it is this. Rare thought you could keep game data in memory after removing the cartridge of the N64. So they planned for you to unlock these secret items in this game, remove the cartridge, then use them in Banjo-Tooie. Problem is, that isn't a thing. So they just never fully implemented this. It was implemented in the Rare Replay version of the game released on Xbox, but well, I'm on the original. However, there is a way to get access to it anyway. By entering cheat out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes, I can force the cave Mumbo revealed to spawn anyway. This literally took 2.5 minutes to enter, by the way. Ridiculous. But yeah, now the cave is here and we can go in it, just like Mumbo showed us. By climbing this rather annoying circular tower in here, I can get the first egg. Banjo sure will find somewhere to use this, but well, I'm not so sure about that, buddy. How the heck did people figure out these cheats anyway? It took me 20 minutes to enter the rest of these cheats. Can you believe I actually did this? It's crazy. By entering cheat, a desert door opens wide, ancient secrets wait inside. I can gain access to the blue egg in Gobi's valley, just like Mumbo showed me. Lago hides an egg after entering cheat amidst the haunted gloom, a secret in the bathroom. My favorite character. I remember seeing this barrel boarded up. I thought for sure I could open it, and if I enter cheat, don't you go and tell her about the secret in her cellar, it does open. In Rusty Bucket Bay, if I enter cheat this secret you'll be grabbing in the captain's cabin, I can find the red egg on this bed. Going to Nabnut's home in winter reveals an egg after entering cheat. Now Banjo will be able to see it on Nabnut's table. And finally, the big one, the ice key. The one many of you probably found as a kid. Just enter cheat, now you can see a nice ice key which you can have for free, and it removes the door. Definitely a shame they weren't able to get it to work, but it is cool that they finished it in the Rare Replay. But yeah, that's about all there is for this one. Game complete. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Banjo-Kazooie. Man, what a cool game. Like, I get it. Not everyone loves collectathons. I sure do though. It's just fun to run around the levels and find all the stuff, you know? The physics and all the different moves you can do are really cool too. It doesn't get high level like something like Mario 64, but it's still good fun. All the different characters are really cool too. The dialogue in this actually really well written. I'll never get tired of hearing Grunty's rhymes while running through her lair. This game does a much better job creating a storyline and a reason to want to succeed over something like Mario. Oh boy, rescuing the princess again? Like, yeah, the gameplay is fun, but I like to feel immersed in the world, you know? This game does a great job doing that for a platformer. The game looks fantastic and runs really well on original hardware. It's just so colorful. The music is S tier as well. There's so many songs in this game and they're all good. I initially was annoyed about this game not saving your notes unless you get all 100 and docked it half a point, but I got over it. I gave Banjo-Kazooie a 10 out of 10 for enjoyability and a 4 out of 10 for difficulty. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We had a randomized marble race to determine which game was next, so here's how that played out. Or skip to the timestamp on screen to skip straight to the game selection. We're doing the marble race on Death Alley. 176 games left. Alright, everybody's here, like Ridge Racer 64 and Ideyosuke no Mahjong-juku, or even San Francisco Rush 2. Let's see what it's going to be. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. They are off down the pachinko machine. It is the next WCW game, followed by NFL Blitz Clay Fighter and NFL QB Club Derby Stallion 64. I believe that is a horse betting game. I don't even think you do the racing. And this is crazy. It's zooming. We got BioFreaks in the lead now. BioFreaks is going faster than the camera can go. BioFreaks going so fast, it's chaos here, folks. Still, I believe BioFreaks in the lead. Neon Genesis Evangelion right behind BioFreaks. No, BioFreaks crashes, as does Neon Genesis, and it's NFL QB Club in the lead. This is a disaster, folks. It's just going crazy. We have Goemon's Great Adventure now in the lead, but no! 64 Ozumo with Goemon's Great Adventure coming through. It is just... This is called Death Alley, and you can see why. So many marbles are falling right now. NFL Blitz coming in, as well as San Francisco Rush, and it's 64 Ozumo, Goemon's Great Adventure right behind 64 Ozumo coming through. This appears to be the final stretch. I think Goemon fell off. NASCAR, what is going on? Perfect Dark is in the lead. There's no way, chat. Perfect Dark is in the lead. F1 Racing Championship is trying to steal the day. Goemon's Great Adventure. And it's F1 Racing Championship. Oh my goodness, that was insane. That was nuts. F1 Racing Championship. There was a lot happening there. There goes Jet Force Gemini. Oh, back on the track. Jet Force Gemini with the style points for sure. Dude, we've had so many good games lately. Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Golf, Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye, Custom Robo V2, Kirby 64. And come on. F1 Racing Championship. It has been decided. But yeah, if you're still here watching, you're awesome. Thank you so much. If you had a good time, consider hitting that like button, or maybe even dropping a subscription. Or hey, maybe even watch another one of these videos that's on screen now. And yeah, see you next time.